Hello, it's original MaRul, and welcome back for some more FTB Interactions Remastered. Yesterday I did a small stream just to look at what I was going to do probably today, because it was a late stream. I had stuff going on. I have 84% rotor durability. I shoved in fresh ultimate rotors yesterday, and just been letting this run. Good 2 stacks of that. Did this burn through what it had? And it did. They're all out of sync. Well, you're actually quiet. Oh, interesting. You're just trying to eat up the last of the fluorine. Go see if there's any other junk at the other base. Because I do need to keep some matter production going. Oh yeah, I turned off uranium hexafluoride altogether. So I'm not even using as much matter. Of course I did that. Yeah, this has all been trying to produce the HSSG alloy. That's going to be the new rotor material after these ones, or maybe the next ones. Probably these ones. I'll have to get the base to set. Oh, you'll have to set up the base to do that. Why do I think that's this? Comes the lag from trying to load the main base in still. I am really getting ready to do the switch over. I just need the last few upgrades, which I have listed. And that's what I want to work on today. But I want to double check some things. Because yesterday I saw that part of our system was getting clogged up with a bit of extra sodium and redstone. And it looks like it's just mostly sodium or redstone today. Yeah. Not that much actually. So I should probably start eating the excess fluorine. Forgot about that. Done it manually. Guess that works. Yeah, because I still have tons of matter. I should see about... So the main things I need is what? The IV like IV energy hatches, IV dynamos, and the new HSSG rotors. Which I may or may not have enough material. See about that. Actually been at the other base. Not. Oh, let's. What else did I need here? Did I request the? Got the mixer. I needed that. No, I have not requested. Oh, because I still need the laminated glass. Actually, I have too much stuff I actually need to leave at the other base. Sorry for flying back and forth. Still getting my mind wrapped around things this week. Alright, so the rotor's down here. Play some. Yeah, I do have an extra set of rotors, which is nice. But after this, I am hoping to upgrade them. But I will need the bigger dynamos because I'm currently at, what are these? These are producing 6. Oh, they're paused right now. Thing. They produce like 6, which is 6K, which is 3 volt or 3 amps EV. And I'm worried that when I upgrade them, I will need the same as a net. Maybe I'll need the dynamo hatch. The bigger dynamo hatch. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll test that. Just gonna put. These are the uranium hexafluoride I've been using for fuel. I gotta remember where those are. But I still got, yeah, this was like 2.9K buckets yesterday, and it's only 2.7 today. So since last stream, that's only 200 buckets. Not a huge amount. Okay, everything out that I needed. Yes. Oh, I keep thinking I need to order the saw, but no, I need to make the laminated glass first. I'm going to work backwards on the laminated glass and the... I was also thinking about spatial. Oh, that's what the mixer is for that, not for that. Okay. Yeah. Backwards on the laminated glass. Oh, processed correctly. Get the laminated glass recipe in here. Laminated glass. That needs 2 tempered and the polyvinyl butyrol. Gotta go figure out the chemical process for polyvinyl butyrol. I'll have a cube. I should use up the cubes while I'm over here. Yep, I still got a couple. Go over here. Oh, that's just an empty USB stick. I could have used that. Tunnel. Like there was something else I needed. Okay, and then I need the logistics pipes. There's our junction. Spot for it. For the mess this place has become. I mean, they are easy to stack. That one. Yeah, don't have inventory connector already. I can work on it while I'm waiting. Okay. Five HV chemical reactors. And out of these, I need to be able to make polyvinyl butyrol. Wide polyvinyl acetate. Yeah, I might as well just use the recipe. Vinyl acetate, which is ethanol or ethylene, acetic acid, oxygen. For this, I need a bunch of, or well, a couple fluid provider pipes or fluid suppliers. Grab 5. I'm gonna tunnel up there once I figure it out. Okay, so if you're set to 3, I think I've got ethylene. I know I've got the acetic acid. Is I can never say. I call it acetic, but it's acetic acid, ethylene gas. I always go to this tab because you can kind of see everything easier. Make it out of the ethylene I already have. Yeah, sorry, the ethanol I already have. Which I think I'm already doing somewhere. This is what I'm always meant to add to the system, but I haven't because I haven't run out of oil yet. This is all still running on oil. Here, jerk system, concrete. There's ethylene. So I don't provide it. Chloride. Might need another chem reactor if I want to just make it. I should just. Do I have a liquid provider pipe? No. I'm just worried that this might junk up the system. I have an extra tank laying around, do I? No, so. Oh, I did have a chassis pipe. Oops. I needed that for something else. Yeah, I don't think I do. Stuff. I'm just gonna do a floating tank. And just provide the system with that. Any more than that? Need to disconnect, yeah. Guess I make more problems for myself. Fighter. There's one too many. Tank. Correct. And that should be ethylene gas. And that should use up the rest of my oil. Hopefully I won't need too much of this stuff. Oh, this is the north face. What do I call this one? Polyvinyl butylate plastic. Oh, I forgot a chest. That's what this system's still missing. Because I can't actually connect to that outside one without the chest. Logistics pipe. That's the tick lag I'm experiencing at this base. Yep. Now this PV plastic. That's a connection to the logistics system. Okay, so I need to get 3 liquids into this machine. But I also need to be able to get... It's only one output, isn't it? Right now I'm trying to make this. Nope, it does output water. I will have to take care of that. Probably get the fluid trash. Okay, so I will need another tank, a fluid trash. Find it without skipping it. I've already skipped it. This is why I badly search for stuff, because I literally have so much stuff the system can produce and is holding that it just becomes hard to find everything. Yeah. Probably looking right at it at one point. So, since I have basic, because I'm going to run power behind, I have space for 2, but oxygen is something I'm going to need down the line, I'll just have this input oxygen for me. Then I'll just start filtering stuff. Do I need more filters? Maybe. Or no, these are fluids. Yes. I will definitely need more filters. Alright, so I'll have that be oxygen. That. Because I do have to be careful with how I output stuff. This to be extract on brown, because that's all you're going to be doing, so there shouldn't be any issue there. And between all the systems, I should have more than enough oxygen. Because my other system is also, the new base has already been producing some oxygen, and then this base have a decent amount of oxygen production. I've needed it for so much stuff. Filled with oxygen, then this needs ethylene. Just one of each, okay. But I don't want too much ethylene sitting in here, so that's going to be the low one. And good. Like to have an internal of 16. Got an oxygen. Okay, that's the acid. That's the wrong type of oxygen. Yeah, I think it is. I think that's the type I actually want. That could have been an issue. Okay, that should be the correct type of oxygen, which should get in here. The only thing I'm missing is the ethylene. Liquid ethylene. Oh no, I need ethylene gas. Fluid ethylene, fluid dot ethylene. Yeah, that one. Because there's a difference. Because you can have fluid dot ethylene is the gaseous state, liquid ethylene is the fluid state. But I'm not producing the fluid. Okay. Oh, power. Like, is missing here. It is power. Set up a system for that. Request a battery box. That was not the right one. Needed high voltage. Well, at least they're... I think they're different blast furnaces, so that shouldn't be an issue. They should both be built at the same speed. And misclick. I'm sure I'll find a use. I will need the extra battery buffer at some point. So I don't think that will be that big of an issue. Or for that. That will give me the polyvinyl acetate? No, that will give me the vinyl acetate. I gotta mix that with oxygen on one. More oxygen comes into play. Oh, but I need... That does have to extract on brown. Oh, this is this conundrum again. Multicolored channels are nice when you don't need to put multiple of them into the same machine. Actually, do that. That insert on brown to add the oxygen. And have another one insert on blue. But that is going to mean I need another disconnection module here. And then I need this to insert on blue. But I need to fluid filter it for vinyl acetate. Polyvinyl. Yes. Don't know where I'm extracting yet. Pull all that out because that's what I'm going to be working with. Disconnection. Use. And then I'll have to deal with the water over here. And of course, more disconnection modules. Insert, but I want to get a filter for that first. If I didn't filter it, it's just going to dump all that oxygen into the trash. Okay. The price of trying to make these things compact is always disconnection modules. What it comes out to being. Did I get any more? Yes, there we go. The extreme battery buffer got done first. To show how much better it is to process higher tech levels when you actually can make the stuff. The water. Low priority just in case. Needs to be on blue. Be good. This should give me the polyvinyl acetate, right? Vinyl acetate plus air, polyvinyl acetate. Wait, real quick. That is the only output. I could actually go dump it the next machine, and I could have this be where they meet. So this needs to be butylide. I don't know if I'm spelling that right or saying that right. Propene, hydrogen, carbon monoxide. Ugh. Gotta figure out propene, but these I should have in the system. It's just getting them here. I know I'm making a mess of this. I'm just trying to get it done. Face it. Glitch myself into the wall. Basically, I'm just trying to see how compact I can make this so I can use this for other stuff too. Because I think this is going to be the most, or the majority, this space is going to be the majority of builds I need to make to get the next base set up. Or all the final builds I need to get to the next base set up. Okay, so I think to fix this issue, I do need to move this down. Or doing all the wiring. Only on me, or have I been using them all? Got one. Because a lot of the machines can be picked up. There we go. Now I've got access to more room. Up. This needs to be carbon monoxide. And hydrogen. Spider pipe. And I'm just going to do another tank just for safety. Because I don't know what's going to go. What's really going to be happening with some of this stuff. I'm trying to keep this system running without too many hiccups. Just going to put in protections as much as I can. Real quick. This have a byproduct? No. So you can dump just the same into there. You're going to be a pain. Might not have needed to move it down. Okay, let's just get you, actually, I've unrouted. Get this machine filled up, and I'll figure out the placement of the last stuff once I get it roughed in. But at least the nice thing about most of the logistic stuff is you can just work on it until you get it to where you want. And refine it. Start filling this up with the chemicals it needs. No circuit condition. So all I have left is propene. Oh, actually, I don't. That was the only thing I didn't figure out yesterday. Actually, I might not need this last. Chem reactor, sorry. Last chem reactor. I don't want to build a whole distillation tower. Butylene. I could get it from the naphtha. But that's just going to run down the oil faster. And butylene is harder to make out of organics. Nothing else. Has to be distilled. I mean, even material takes a little while. Well, let me order an HV distillery. I've got it in the system. Nope, of course. Got it, even though I use it in the farm. Oh, I need to go order one real quick. At least the parts to make one. Actually be building that many more. Oh, that's why. I actually haven't made any. Oh, where was it? Brewery. Distillery. Okay, so what do I need to do again to get long rod spring in the metal bender? Rod. That's a metal bender, isn't it? Or an extrude. It's an extrude. Real quick. I already make Canthal rod. No. So, need the Canthal rod and metal bender. Bender's over here. There'll be easier stuff. Yeah, long rod. Long rod out of Canthal ingot. Right. Shooter. Yep. Got to take a break real quick, and then we'll be back. Get this all set up. So, be right back. All right, let's get back to it. See if I can figure out this type of plastic that I only need for laminated glass. All right, so I'm gonna check fighting. Oh, because this is slow. Right. Being supplied, so that's not providing. Beam cracked naphtha. Hmm. You. Your MV. Where else can I get propane from? Binary gas. Or butene. Was it propane? We have so many chemicals that sound similar. This is propane. Butylene. What are they? Butylenes. Or butene. Different types of butene. Butylene. Heavy fuel. Light fuel. Naphtha. Trying to find the link that makes it the organic part. Where get the organic? I think all sulfuric, yeah, all sulfuric naphtha has to come from oil. So, unless I'm making oil. I could set up a pyrolyzer to do more oil. Set up another distillation tower. That's what I was trying to avoid. Sulfuric naphtha doesn't need to process the next step. Oh, 12 buckets. Okay. Yeah, this old system, I think. I need to be retired. Fighting. Just steam. Okay. You're the hydrogen. You're just getting oil. Because if you go back and look, this system has been sitting here turning for 20-some streams. Like, I have not touched the system in a long while. Do I just have to build a new oil system? The Pyrolos 7? Do I have any parts? No, looks like I used most of my inflation tower parts. Coils sitting anywhere? Hopefully they're in the system. Nope, they're not in the system. I do not know. I should still have a bunch. I forgot that I need to finish off making Canthal coils. Because even if I figure out what I need to do, I still need the distillery in the cube. Right. Which one of these was your wire mill? I think I need the bending machine for Canthal Springs. Yeah, metal bender. Lathe metal bender. They're all the way over here. Spring from long Canthal rod. Yep, on one. Yep. Okay, so back to oil, because that's what this all has to stem from. So I can use the Pyrolis oven to make heavy oil. I could just turn that into oil and feed it back in the system. Get what I actually need out of it. Like much. No, light oil I can only weirdly find in certain areas. Okay. Does look like I do get a little more from turning it into oil. That's not the right thing. Because if I distill it, only 15 out of the 100, out of 100. 15 liters out of 100 liters is sulfuric naphtha. But if I do regular oil, it's 20. Stuff can I do with gas? Sulfide and refinery gas. Go harder into refining. do with all those coils? I think I've used up all the coils I've made. I have made a lot of blast furnaces, so they could just been repurposed. I had some laying around I was using for large chem reactors. Probably still had some left. Just use this feature real quick. Be in the spectral. Yep, there they are. Pyrolos needs building 16. I'd have to make a couple. But what happens if you get better coils? Okay, anything better than Canthal speeds it up. Oh, so I could actually just use better coils to make it faster. I have at least some Canthals laying around in the system. I could use those instead. Yeah, I have 16 Canthal. And I can also get this distillery, which I think I need at least another one. What else do I need for Pyrolos ovens? Maintenance hatch. Or no, I don't need... The maintenance hatch doesn't exist in this pack. It's better than other... Or makes this easier than other Greg Tech packs. I'll need the muffler... I'm making the heavy oil recipe. I need one item input, one item output, and a fluid output. So not a ton. Okay, there's item input output. Need a fluid. Oh, that's not the right one. Sucks that they don't call them hatches. Fluid hatch. I just need an LV1. This is the input. I'll have to make it an output. Didn't mean to do that, but I'll probably find uses for them eventually. If I make a distillation tower, I'll need a lot of output hatch. I'll need a lot of fluid hatches. What else is there? Weird coils don't come up under Pyrolos, or don't show the Pyrolos oven. That's interesting. Oh yeah, I do need to order the oven. Yeah, at least I didn't overorder the actual block. Only the muffler. Need 11 casings. I don't have any squirreled away in a weird spot. Now that's all plus chiller. I'll probably need more of those. One advanced distillery. Other than that, it would be 10, but I'm not putting one of the hatches in, so I need to substitute it for another block. Distilleries. Okay, so heavy oil. Regular oil, 1-to-1. The distillery. And it behooves me to use a distillation tower with 4 outputs. Distillation tower. What am I doing? I'm doing oil. It's just 4 liquids out. So 1 liquid in, 4 liquid out. Liquid hatches are taking a while. I definitely have enough of those. And these are also going to need a power hatch. What level does oil need to be around at? MV. Yeah, I'll just slap an HV hatch on it. Feel like I've got energy hatches somewhere. Yeah, there's an extra one there. And that's all I really need. Because the Pyrolos oven just runs on... Does it? It just runs on fuel, doesn't it? No, it does need an energy hatch. I'm not using these ones right now. I can always just make more. And I might have to run those blast chillers whenever I build them at higher levels anyway. Because I'm starting to get into where I need to run them at like EV or IV. I think all the recipes I'm looking at are only EV. I think Osmiridium, the blast furnace is IV, and the blast chiller is EV. Okay, what else do I need for the distillation itself? Fluids. Yeah, it doesn't crack from oil, it just cracks subsequent parts. So, I mean, one of these might be good for cracking down stuff. No, be refined. Take the sulfur out of it. Yeah, okay, so that needs 4 more chem reactors. He's just like, oh, they're wrought iron. They're monopolizing my arc furnace over here. And I'm probably running low on iron. Yeah, I get twice as much if I use oil cracking units. And I'd get more if I propane. The right stuff. You get into the petrochemical in this pack, it gets deep fast. More petrochemical than I've set up in a while. Might be able to get away with one cracking unit. Case. Oh, cracking unit is a multi-block structure used for turning light and heavy fuel in cracking cracked variants out as much loss. Lets you crack with hydrogen, which I think... Or no, that's... Yeah, that's hydrocracked. What I want is the fuel stuff. Yeah. Heavy fuel, light fuel. What can it do with one? Or oil cracking. Heavy fuel. Oh, hydrocracked. Fuel. Naphtha. And then the refinery gas. And what do I specifically need again? Propane. Get from lightly steam cracked heavy fuel, lightly steam cracked light fuel, and lightly steam cracked naphtha. And a big distillation tower. Everything. Including more light fuel and heavy fuel from some of this. Can I run these all through the same distillation tower? No, something changed there. Yeah, they switch out. Okay. The light fuel makes naphtha. Naphtha makes light and heavy. I'm guessing heavy makes light and naphtha. Yeah. I could test to see if I could put multiple inputs in the machine. There's one liquid hatch. I'm waiting on one more casing, and I think the pyroless oven's done. So I need it. It looks like I'm going to need 2 distillation towers, a steam cracker, multiple of the chem reactors, and this all to make a bunch of stuff that I'm going to only use part of. Roll. The question is, can I fit a... Do the math here. Can I actually fit a distillation tower that big in here? Because what, this needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12 layers if I want everything. So 13 by 13 by 13. I'd have one block of space. I could float it 1 block off the ground. That's just for that one. Yeah, let's do it. This is the new petrochem. Really, I should probably turn this off. I can pull the oil from there to I can get more out of it with this setup. Okay, so I need... Get the pyroless oven into a bag. Start putting it together. Okay, distillation towers. This one is... Okay, I can run these on HV easily. You like the carbon dust. What we got in here? Fluid hatches, item bus. I'm just going to steal from this. I haven't even gotten to where I need to set up those vacuum freezers. Oh, did I miss that? This is the big one I'm going to try to make. Load input hatch. Ton. I'm going to try triple input on this one. It needs an item output bus. Do I have the screwdriver on me? Yes. But I don't have a bench over here. Because I took the crafting table. There we go. All these need to be changed. So I'm going to attempt to put 3 input hatches into this machine. See how that works out. And I need how many outputs? Three, four, five. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Because these 3 switch around at the bottom. Or these first 2 switch around. But testing is testing. 12 output hatches. There for now. Good thing I accidentally ordered like 16 of these. Because I'm going to need them. All right. At least another distillation tower. And yeah, got that. Oh, just energies, inputs, and outputs. Good. Clean stainless steel. Which I got to figure out because it needs a lot more than just what the normal one's going to use. Actually, good point. I might as well just order up 44 right now. I need at least this much. I forgot you could do that. You can actually look at what the components of what you are trying to order. Because if I remember, each level needs, besides the top, not counting top or bottom, each level needs at least 7. Yes, it is a bottom block. Two more hatches, and then I've got enough for this. Okay, so I currently have 44 in here, or 44 on the way. Can I do the math for the rest of these? Because the top and the bottom might need an extra one, but I'm also going to attempt to... Right now, -2 from the bottom, -1 from the top. So currently this is sitting at 19, but then I need to add 10 layers, 7 apiece, so 70. +19. 9. Already ordered 44. Yeah, this is going to need a lot of casing. I'll just let that work and I'll figure out a spot for this. I need some strong blocks. Build it here. Right. Or back corner. I can just wrench them. Oh, but this is because this conundrum. I mean, I can just reprocess it. Might not be that big of an issue. I just got to keep these bottom two always empty for the rest of it to work. But the question is whether this works. Ooh. Actually, remembered the multi-fluid input. Actually see if that works. That might solve my issue. You can't use the multi-fluid output because the way this multi-block is built, I believe, it requires an output on every level. But a multi-block input might work because I need to input cracked, light oil, heavy oil, or light fuel, heavy fuel, and naphtha. I should change that up. See what it takes to make multi-fluid input. That's what you get. You get the live me figuring this stuff out. There isn't too many more coming. Okay, multi-fluid hatch. Or no, bus. Right? Fluids are buses? No, items are buses. Fluids are hatches. And I need... is Ivy the lowest one? There was lower multi-fluid hatches. Hatch, quadruple tung steel, polyfluoroethylene. I can make it. Need to... Ooh, no. I overlooked that. And 1 sec, I need to step away. And I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Let's get back to it. I don't have an easy way to make the multi-fluid. My only other option is the ME hatch because it can do multi-fluid. But I wasn't planning on setting up an ME system over here. What do I got for ideas? I mean, I could just do a single input. It looks like I actually got those. Of course, I went too high, and now I gotta go back down. Yeah, I'm just not gonna mess with the input, outputs. I'm not even gonna try it. And then start building this thing up. The reason why I had to take a break because some door-to-door salesman came to my door, and I think they were younger than me. They were definitely younger than me, so younger generation. I asked for a paper business card, and they say they're trying to be eco-friendly. Good paper can be made eco-friendly, freeze absorb carbon. Paper is renewable. If you're not treating it with the plastic stuff and a lot of the chemicals, you can get away with actually semi-eco-friendly paper. Just, and then they don't respect my time because I would, if they would have just asked for an email address, I would have just given to them. They could send me their company info, and I get back to them. That's all I really ask for when I don't have time to deal with somebody. Business card or some way to get information from you that isn't just standing here wasting my time. Sorry, rant. It just makes me angry because I don't feel like my time is being respected. I don't need... So, if I'm correct, this should work. I just got to be careful about pulling out and putting in stuff, which I might just need buffer tanks for that. But yeah, no, that is literally one of my biggest pet peeves, is when I feel like somebody isn't respecting your time. Especially when they're trying to get your money. If you want my money, you shouldn't upset me. Yes, I was a bit of an ass and did kind of slam the door in their face, but they weren't listening to me as a person. And I find that very disrespectful. Because if all you're doing... Okay, sorry. This rant's still going on, because if you can't train a salesperson to deal with different customer needs, if you're just trying to do a one-size-fits-all thing, I am 100% not going to deal with you. Because not every customer is the same, and everyone has different ideals. You can sell to a wide base and not be... Sorry. Trying to get it out of my head so I'm not ranting about it. Sometimes businesses make me angry. What's funny is I don't... And it comes back to me not liking being lied to. I feel like if you can't respect me as a person and or lie to me, that's just instant, I don't want to deal with you. Because the funny thing is, you can tell me you're literally taking my money to my face, and I will actually probably be more receptive to that. Because at least you're honest about it. I'm willing to give you a little bit more if you're honest. You get you get more leeway with me when you're honest than when you're deceitful. I need to focus back up. What was this other tower? It was oil. It needs 4 outputs. I still don't think it needs any sort of... Yeah, I need to check. I need to... Got it. Built these together, actually. Yeah, if I just switch the fluid ducts to the other side, I think I'm good. Oh, yeah, that's a simple fix. Fluid, yeah. Put item here. Because that's a funny thing, is if another VTuber came to me and be like, I literally just want to basically use you for like collab content, maybe even when I don't stream on my end, I'm slightly open to just helping make content, and we're still maybe working out some sort of deal that benefits me, but not looking for that much in some regard like that. That up there. Because if I switch this over, then I can share a side and save some of this casing. And this is why flying really sucks. Mining while flying or swimming is always hard. There we go. I'm on the side. I want all the fluid inputs and outputs pointing the same direction. Makes it easier for me to use them. So then this side can be shared with the next one over. That will save me some building blocks. I still gotta find a spot for the dang Pyrolos oven. The other one here. Input hatch. Do the same thing, point them out here. Be a lot shorter. That should be 2 distillation towers. I do need more casing. Oops. Don't remember how much I've gotten so far. Guess when it stops spitting out casing, I have to order more. Well, it depends on how much chrome I have, I guess. I have enough chrome for that much stainless steel? Yeah, I think it stopped. Let's order another 40 and see how far that gets me. I guess I still have a decent amount of chrome. Okay, we need to take another break here, and then we'll be back.